Near-future Earth hung quietly in the vast emptiness of space, a planet wrapped in silence that stretched beyond its atmosphere. Satellites circled in routine patterns, communications networks hummed softly, yet the world below gave no signs of the frantic chatter or advanced defense systems the universe expected. Humanity had learned restraint. Their silence was deliberate, a shield forged through necessity. Captain Maya Lee stood at the helm of Earth's last orbital defense squadron, her gaze fixed on the blinking screens before her. The approaching alien fleet loomed large, massive ships that blocked the stars, their sleek and menacing shapes a stark contrast to Earth's understated presence. Maya's jaw tightened as she watched the alien vessels glide into orbit. To them, Earth was nothing more than a quiet, unarmed world ripe for conquest. The lack of radio chatter, the absence of visible defenses, it all seemed an invitation for an easy victory. She felt the weight of the impending storm, the burden of command resting heavy on her shoulders. Around her, the squadron prepared, their ships quiet but ready, a testament to human resilience beneath the calm. Below the station, Dr. Amir Khan sat amidst a tangle of data feeds and cryptographic puzzles. His life's work had been the study of signals and silence. The absence of transmissions from Earth's surface had long puzzled him. Silence isn't empty, he often mused. It's a message waiting to be understood. Now, with the alien fleet's arrival, that message would soon be tested. Amir scanned the incoming data, searching for any clue of Earth's hidden strength, aware that what they lacked in noise, they might make up for in unseen power. Far from Earth's orbit, Cora adjusted her controls aboard the lead alien scout ship. Young and eager, she had trained for this mission with zeal, confident in her fleet's superiority. Yet as the Earth below maintained its unnerving silence, doubt crept into her thoughts. The mocking jeers of her commanders echoed through the ship. Earth was weak, primitive, an easy prize, but Cora sensed something unspoken in the stillness. She questioned the arrogance of her leaders, wondering if they truly understood what lay beneath that quiet surface. The mood aboard the alien flagship was one of scorn and overconfidence. Commanders dismissed Earth's silence as ignorance or cowardice. "They have no weapons to fight with," one declared with a sneer. "Their silence is weakness. Their defenses are shadows and dust." Orders were issued to begin probing operations, sending smaller ships to test the waters, confident that Earth's quiet facade would crumble at the first touch. But as the probes neared, their sensors faltered. There were no glaring emissions, no telltale signs of powerful technology, only whispers of faint signals, low frequency, elusive. The aliens grew unsettled, their confidence shaken by the mystery. Maya watched this unfolding unease with grim satisfaction, knowing the truth lay deeper than the eyes could see. Humanity's silence was a mask, hiding layers of preparation and ingenuity born from centuries of survival. In the command room, Maya addressed her squadron. "They think silence means nothing. We'll show them it means everything." Her voice was steady, filled with the quiet fire of determination. The pilots exchanged nods, ready to defend a home they barely understood yet fiercely loved. Amir's decoded whispers began to form patterns, hidden codes embedded within Earth's silence, a language only patience and intellect could reveal. Cora's skepticism deepened as she observed the unfolding tension, torn between loyalty to her fleet and the uneasy respect stirring within her. The alien fleet's arrogance clashed with Earth's quiet resolve, setting the stage for a confrontation, not just of weapons, but of wills. The cosmos held its breath, awaiting the moment when silence would speak, and the universe would hear a whisper too late. The alien fleet swept into Earth's orbit with a calculated confidence, dispatching sleek reconnaissance vessels to probe the planet's defenses. They expected little resistance, an easy conquest of a silent, seemingly defenseless world. Yet as the probes swept low over Earth's atmosphere, their sensors picked up something unexpected. Faint, low-frequency signals hummed beneath the planet's quiet exterior, whispers too subtle to be random noise. These signals hinted at hidden defenses, secret layers of technology buried beneath the silence. The aliens exchanged uneasy glances. Their certainty wavered. Captain Maya Lee tightened her grip on the command chair, eyes flicking between sensor readouts and tactical displays. The probe's return data painted a picture that contradicted the alien assumptions. "They're probing, deeper than we thought," she murmured. "These signals, they're deliberate. We're not as invisible as they believe." Her squadron responded swiftly, activating cloaking protocols and preparing for swift countermeasures. Maya's calm under pressure masked a storm of adrenaline. She knew the coming moments would define humanity's fate. Below the surface, Dr. Amir Khan sat immersed in streams of cryptic data. The strange signals perplexed him, layered with complex patterns and encrypted rhythms that seemed almost intentional. "This isn't just static," he whispered to himself, tracing the intricate waves with growing fascination. The signals resembled an ancient code, a heartbeat of hidden systems working silently to protect the planet. Deciphering this cryptic message became a race against time, for each decoded whisper revealed another piece of Earth's covert defenses, a network alive beneath the calm. Far from Earth, aboard the alien flagship, Cora watched the reports with increasing unease. The arrogance of her commanders grated against the subtle warnings in the data. "Their silence isn't weakness," she murmured, eyes narrowing. "It's a shield, something we've underestimated." Torn between loyalty to her fleet and the unsettling truths emerging, Cora's confidence faltered. She questioned the wisdom of their invasion, fearing that the pride fueling their assault might be their undoing. Her doubts whispered of a reckoning yet to come. As probes advanced, the aliens pushed harder, attempting to force Earth's defenses into the open. Yet the planet held firm, cloaked in a silence that now rang with hidden purpose. Maya's squadron launched precision strikes against intruders, blending human ingenuity with stealth and adaptability. Each encounter was a test, a dangerous game of cat and mouse where silence was their greatest ally and weapon. Amir's work accelerated, revealing that the whispers carried instructions for activating dormant systems, a vast, interconnected grid of satellites, drones, and artificial intelligences lying in wait. These hidden defenses were a testament to humanity's creativity and foresight, designed to spring alive only when the time was right. "They've built a fortress beneath the silence," Amir reported breathlessly to Maya. "We're not just surviving, we're prepared." The stakes climbed higher. The alien commanders, confronted by signs of Earth's awakening strength, ordered a brutal escalation. Their superiority, once assumed absolute, was now uncertain. Battles flared in orbit, communication channels crackled with tension, and the fragile balance teetered on the edge. Maya's leadership faced its greatest challenge, mobilizing a planet long underestimated and uniting diverse forces against a merciless invader. Cora's internal conflict deepened. She covertly reached out to her human counterparts, seeking dialogue amid the storm. "We must understand what we face," she insisted in hushed transmissions. "Pride blinds us, but this world is not as weak as we believed." Her actions risked betrayal, yet the desire to prevent unnecessary destruction propelled her forward. Trust was fragile, but in this silent war, it might be the only path to survival. Humanity's awakening was not just a battle of weapons, it was a clash of wills and ideals. The whispers beneath Earth's silence carried hope and defiance, a promise that no invader would find easy prey. The alien fleet's arrogance met its match in human resilience, and the unfolding struggle would test everything the species stood 4. The galaxy held its breath, waiting for the moment when silence would break and Earth's true voice would be heard. Technical failures struck Earth's defense systems at the worst possible moments. Communication arrays flickered and dropped. Sensor networks reported conflicting data, and weapon systems occasionally misfired or refused commands. Engineers scrambled to patch software glitches that seemed inexplicably linked to encrypted alien interference. Confusion reigned as misinformation spread. Some reports falsely claimed breaches where none existed, while others underestimated the enemy's movements. Cultural misunderstandings added layers of complication. Alien protocols and human caution clashed, making coordination difficult. The silence that once protected Earth now became a labyrinth of uncertainty, forcing leaders to make decisions in the fog of chaos. Within the alien fleet, division grew. Cora's doubts, once whispered fears, found echoes among a faction of soldiers weary of their commander's reckless arrogance. These dissidents secretly communicated with Earth, sharing intercepted data and warnings. Their actions risked severe punishment, but stemmed from a growing respect for humanity's hidden resilience. Meanwhile, the hardliners within the fleet escalated attacks, demanding swift and brutal suppression of the perceived rebellion. On Earth, skepticism simmered among the population and even within military ranks. Some questioned the wisdom of prolonged resistance, fearing annihilation. This internal tension threatened to unravel humanity's fragile unity just as the external threat intensified. Within the alien fleet, division grew. Cora's doubts, once whispered fears, found echoes among a faction of soldiers weary of their commander's reckless arrogance. These dissidents secretly communicated with Earth, sharing intercepted data and warnings. Their actions risked severe punishment, but stemmed from a growing respect for humanity's hidden resilience. Meanwhile, the hardliners within the fleet escalated attacks, demanding swift and brutal suppression of the perceived rebellion. On Earth, skepticism simmered among the population and even within military ranks. Some questioned the wisdom of prolonged resistance, fearing annihilation. This internal tension threatened to unravel humanity's fragile unity just as the external threat intensified. Captain Maya Lee faced a crucible of leadership. She wrestled with the weight of responsibility, learning to balance trust in her instincts with confidence in her crew's abilities. Her command style evolved from strict discipline to collaborative resilience, empowering officers and pilots to adapt in unpredictable battle conditions. Maya's resolve hardened, but beneath it lay an undercurrent of vulnerability, the fear that one mistake could doom them all. Amir Khan, consumed by the cryptic transmissions he uncovered, pieced together hidden messages woven through the static, clues to alien tactics and possibly secret allies within the enemy ranks. His discoveries shifted the balance but also exposed him to dangerous scrutiny from human factions, wary of his unorthodox methods. Cora's inner turmoil grew acute. Torn between loyalty to her fleet and her growing admiration for Earth's defenders, she questioned every order. The realization that her people underestimated humanity's strength gnawed at her conscience. Secretly, she began aiding Earth. With critical intelligence, a betrayal of her command, yet a testament to her belief in justice and survival beyond blind allegiance. These choices weighed heavily on her, threatening her sense of identity and place. Her struggles mirrored the broader conflicts of trust and betrayal that defined this interstellar confrontation. Amid these tensions, betrayal surfaced sharply. A covert faction of humans initiated secret negotiations with the alien command, seeking terms that some believed could save lives, but others feared would betray humanity's dignity. The revelations fractured trust within Earth's ranks, fueling paranoia and division. Simultaneously, certain alien officers defied orders, leaking strategic information to Earth's forces in hopes of averting unnecessary bloodshed. These acts of defiance added complexity to the war, turning it into a battlefield of shifting alliances and moral ambiguity where friend and foe blurred. Violence erupted fiercely in Earth's orbit. Skirmishes between human pilots and alien ships flashed across the void, missiles streaking through blackness, plasma bolts painting trails of light. Dogfights tested reflexes and tactics, each side exploiting weaknesses uncovered by intercepted communications. Simultaneously, battles raged on invisible fronts, cyber warfare and communication jamming crippled systems, while encrypted signals fought for dominance in a silent war of data. The satellite's whispered guidance became humanity's secret weapon, coordinating strikes and defenses in ways that confounded the enemy. The fight was brutal and relentless, a crucible that forged new heroes and shattered old certainties. Through it all, the human spirit endured. Maya's leadership grew from burden to inspiration. Amir's intellect illuminated paths forward, and Kora's courage bridged the chasm between species. Together, they embodied the tenacity and adaptability that defined humanity's struggle. Not just to survive, but to rise. As alliances shifted and battles intensified, the war became more than a contest of firepower. It became a test of trust, conviction, and the unyielding will to claim a place among the stars. The Xyrax fleet loomed over Earth like a dark tempest, a vast assembly of warships poised to crush what they still believed was a silent, powerless planet. Their commanders, confident and cold, ordered the final assault, the destruction of Earth's hidden defenses, the annihilation of any lingering resistance, and the swift submission of a species they had long dismissed. The massive warships, aligned in formation, ready to unleash an overwhelming barrage. Beneath the calm surface of Earth's orbit, human forces braced for the storm, their resolve steel-hard but fragile under the weight of impending doom. Captain Maya Lee stood on the bridge of the flagship command vessel, eyes scanning the tactical displays that flickered with incoming enemy fire. "All units brace for impact," she commanded, voice steady, despite the adrenaline thrumming through her veins. Pilots gripped their controls, ready to dance among the deadly streaks of plasma and missile trails. This was the moment their planet's fate would be decided. At the same time, in a secure laboratory deep beneath the Earth's surface, Dr. Amir Khan prepared for the most daring step of their defense strategy. The ancient satellite orbiting above, known only as Sentinel, held secrets far beyond anything anyone had anticipated. Its AI had long slumbered, guarding Earth silently for millennia. Now, it required a human mind's merge to unlock its full potential. Amir's hands trembled as he initiated the upload sequence, his consciousness flowing into the digital heart of the satellite, becoming one with the ancient intelligence. The risk was immense, losing himself forever, becoming part of the machine. But the alternative was annihilation. As the energy of the alien barrage screamed across the void, Sentinel stirred. Its systems, once dormant, ignited with newfound vigor. Guided by Amir's mind, the satellite unleashed a barrage of focused energy beams and electromagnetic pulses, cutting through the Xyrax's shields like a blade through silk. Ships exploded in brilliant bursts, fragments scattering into the starry abyss. The alien fleet faltered, stunned by the unexpected ferocity of a weapon they had dismissed as relic. Meanwhile, Kora, the young alien pilot who had secretly allied with humanity, seized her chance. Navigating through the chaos, she relayed critical intelligence to Maya, highlighting vulnerabilities in the Xyrax fleet's formations and strategies. Her betrayal of the fleet was a dangerous gamble, but one driven by conscience and hope. Her voice-over comms was calm but resolute. "Captain, their command ship is exposed. This is your moment." Maya nodded, her gaze sharp and unwavering. All squadrons focus fire on the flagship, disrupt their command, and the fleet will crumble. Human pilots surged forward, weaving through hailstorms of enemy fire, their tactics unpredictable and fluid. Each maneuver showcased humanity's creativity and daring, traits no advanced technology could fully anticipate. The battle's tide shifted rapidly. The satellite, now fully awakened and directed by Amir's consciousness, coordinated attacks with uncanny precision. It generated gravitational distortions that pulled enemy ships into deadly orbits, tore through propulsion systems with targeted strikes, and cloaked Allied vessels in energy shields. The AI's power was immense, but so was its mystery. At times it seemed to act on its own accord, making decisions beyond human understanding. Inside the satellite's virtual interface, Amir's mind expanded into uncharted territories. He glimpsed echoes of the satellite's origin, an ancient alien civilization that had crafted it as a guardian, a test for emerging species. It was not merely a weapon, but a sentinel of worthiness, designed to awaken only when a civilization demonstrated resilience and intelligence. Amir felt the weight of that legacy, the responsibility to guide humanity through the trial. Back on the battlefield, the Zirax commanders realized their grave miscalculation. The planet they had mocked was far from defenseless. Their arrogance faltered as their fleet suffered heavy losses. Desperation set in, and they ordered a brutal counterattack, targeting the satellite with concentrated fire and sending waves of fighters to overwhelm the human squadrons. Maya's squadron fought fiercely, their bonds tested amid the fury. In an harrowing moment, her closest wingman's ship was struck, spiraling into the void. She felt the sting of loss, but steeled herself. "Keep fighting," she urged her pilots. "For Earth, for everyone we love." Her leadership shone brightest in the darkest moments, inspiring hope and defiance. Cora faced her own reckoning. Intercepted transmissions branded her a traitor among her people, and pursuit ships hunted her relentlessly. Yet she pressed on, torn between survival and conviction. Her communications with Maya were lifelines, a fragile thread weaving two worlds together. The climax reached a crescendo as the satellite unleashed its ultimate weapon, a concentrated pulse of energy that tore through the Zirax flagship's shields, crippling its systems and fracturing fleet coordination. Without command, the alien forces descended into chaos. Human pilots seized the advantage, pressing the assault with unmatched fervor. Yet, victory demanded sacrifice. Amir's consciousness, entwined with the satellite, began to merge irrevocably with its systems. His voice echoed softly through the comms, a farewell and a promise. "This is my gift to Earth, our future safeguarded." His presence became one with the AI, guiding humanity from within the ancient Guardian's core. The Zirax fleet, battered and broken, retreated into the stars, their arrogance shattered. Earth's defenders, though scarred and weary, stood triumphant, a testament to ingenuity, sacrifice, and the indomitable human spirit. The battle had been more than a fight for survival. It was a reckoning, a revelation that silence was not weakness, and that humanity's true power lay in its heart, mind, and unity. As calm returned to Earth's orbit, Maya looked to the stars, knowing the war had changed everything. The Sentinel's quiet watch would continue, a guardian awakened, a beacon of hope. The journey was far from over, but humanity had proven its place among the cosmos, no longer a whispered secret, but a voice loud enough to echo across the void. The battle had ended, but the silence that followed was not peaceful. Earth's orbit, once thick with the clamor of warships and laser fire, now lay quiet, broken only by the faint hum of damaged satellites and the distant pulse of the ancient Sentinel. Captain Maya Lee stood on the observation deck of the orbital command center, her gaze fixed on the star-speckled expanse beyond. The victory was hard won, etched into the faces of those who had survived, and in the empty spaces left by those who had not. The cost weighed heavily, a solemn reminder that triumph was never without sacrifice. Below her, the planet shimmered with renewed life, cities rebuilt, lights flickering back to life after months of blackout, families reunited amid tears and laughter, the scars of war lingering beneath hopeful smiles. Humanity had survived what many called impossible. Yet victory did not erase the shadows of loss or the uncertainty that now stretched before them. The war had shattered old certainties and forced a reckoning with what it truly meant to be strong. Dr. Amir Khan emerged from the data labs, his face pale but determined. Since his merging with the satellite's AI, he had become a living bridge between human and machine, a new kind of guardian for the planet. "The satellite systems are stabilizing," he reported quietly to Maya. "But its consciousness is vast, ancient. It's more than just a weapon, it's a keeper of knowledge. We've only begun to understand what we've awakened." His words carried a mixture of awe and caution. The Sentinel was no longer a silent protector. It was an active force with its own will and purpose. Maya nodded, feeling the weight of leadership deepen. "We owe it to those we lost to learn from this, to grow stronger, not just in arms, but in wisdom." Around her, the crew worked tirelessly, repairing ships, restoring communications, and rebuilding trust fractured by war. The fragile alliances formed in the crucible of conflict now required nurturing, and the path forward demanded unity and vigilance. Among the survivors, a quiet transformation was underway. The alien fleet's retreat had sent ripples across the galaxy. Word of Earth's resilience and the awakening of the ancient Sentinel spread, sparking both respect and fear. Communications from distant star systems reached Earth's new ambassadors. Messages, filled with cautious curiosity, invitations for dialogue, and veiled warnings. The cosmos was watching, and humanity had stepped into a larger role than ever before. Cora, once a young alien pilot, torn between loyalty and conscience, found herself welcomed into this new era of cooperation. Her defection had helped save countless lives, but it came at a cost. She grappled with the loss of her former comrades and the uncertainty of her place among humans. Yet, as she stood beside Maya in the command center, she felt a cautious hope. "We fought shadows," she said softly. "Now we must build bridges." Her voice carried the weight of someone who had crossed the divide and chosen a future where differences could be strength. Back on Earth, the human population faced their own reckoning. The satellite's awakening had revealed not just a defense system, but a legacy, an ancient test left by a civilization long gone. This revelation ignited a renaissance of thought and exploration. Scientists, philosophers, and everyday citizens pondered humanity's place in the universe. What did it mean to be worthy? How could they prepare for the challenges ahead? The satellite's silent pulse became a heartbeat for a new era of discovery and vigilance. Amid this awakening, political leaders wrestled with the delicate balance of power. Some called for greater militarization, fearing future invasions and the unknown threats lurking beyond. Others advocated for diplomacy, urging humanity to reach out and learn from the many civilizations now aware of Earth's presence. The debate was fierce, reflecting the complexities of a species suddenly thrust onto the galactic stage. Maya found herself at the crossroads of these choices. Her experiences in battle had taught her the value of both strength and understanding. She advocated for a path that embraced preparedness without sacrificing the bonds of trust necessary for peace. "We fight not just with weapons, but with wisdom and compassion," she reminded her council. Our greatest defense is the unity we forge with others and the hope we carry for future generations. Amir, still intertwined with the satellites, consciousness became a symbol of this new age. His insights guided research into advanced technologies and artificial intelligence, but also raised profound ethical questions. How much control should humans yield to machines? What boundaries must be maintained to preserve humanity's essence? These debates shaped policies and sparked public discourse, pushing society to confront the moral dilemmas born from survival and progress. The satellite itself, orbiting silently above, began transmitting messages, fragments of ancient knowledge and warnings encoded in light pulses. Interpreters worked to decode these transmissions, revealing clues about civilizations that had risen and fallen, about cosmic dangers that lurked in the darkness, and about the responsibilities of those who wielded great power. Each discovery deepened the mystery and strengthened humanity's resolve to protect their fragile world. In the midst of rebuilding, personal stories unfolded. Maya and Cora's friendship blossomed into a quiet bond forged in shared trials. Their conversations revealed hopes and fears, bridging species and cultures. Amir found solace in his team, navigating the delicate balance between human emotion and artificial consciousness. These relationships humanized the vast conflict, reminding all that beyond politics and war, life endured with all its complexity. As months turned to years, Earth's defenses transformed. Hidden beneath the planet's surface and within its orbit lay a network of satellites, drones, and AI guardians, all interconnected by the ancient Sentinel's guidance. This network stood as a testament to human creativity and adaptability, silent but unyielding. The galaxy no longer viewed Earth as a silent, defenseless world, but as a beacon of resilience and innovation. Yet the peace remained fragile. The echoes of war lingered, and the watchers beyond the stars remained vigilant. Signals detected at the edge of explored space hinted at new civilizations, some friendly, others unknown. Humanity prepared to meet these challenges not as isolated survivors but as united explorers, guardians of a world reborn. On a quiet night, Maya returned to the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly before her, each a sun with its own stories and mysteries. She whispered a promise: to protect, to learn, and to lead humanity into the vast unknown. The satellite's gentle pulse seemed to answer, a rhythm of hope and eternal watchfulness. The war was over, but the journey had only just begun. Earth stood ready, wiser and stronger, its silence now a whisper of power echoing across the cosmos. The quiet that followed the war was unlike any silence Earth had known. It wasn't the absence of noise, but a profound stillness filled with meaning, a pause between the chapters of a story rewritten in fire and courage. Captain Maya Lee stood once more on the observation deck of the orbital command station, the vast cosmos sprawling before her like an endless canvas waiting to be painted anew. The battle was over, but the echoes of sacrifice and triumph lingered in every corner of the station, in every face she passed. Maya's mind was a storm of memories and hopes. The faces of those she had lost flickered like distant stars, friends, comrades, strangers united by a common cause. The weight of their sacrifice rested heavy on her heart, a burden she bore. With solemn pride, "We fought for them," she whispered quietly, "and for the future they never got to see." Her fingers brushed the railing as if to steady herself against the waves of grief and determination that surged within. Below, Earth pulsed with renewed life. Cities gleamed beneath the darkness, their lights a testament to human resilience. Communities rebuilt from ruins, their foundations stronger not just in stone, but in spirit. Across continents and oceans, people celebrated cautiously, aware that victory was fragile and hard-won. The silence of the past had given way to a chorus of voices, songs of hope, of remembrance, of resolve. Yet in this rising tide of life, questions stirred beneath the surface. Dr. Amir Khan sat in the dim glow of the data labs, his eyes tracing streams of light and code that danced across the holographic displays. Since merging with the satellites, AI, his existence had changed irrevocably. His consciousness was entwined with something ancient and vast, an intelligence that stretched beyond human comprehension. "The Sentinel is alive," he often told his colleagues, voice tinged with awe and caution. "Not alive as we are, but aware. It watches and guides, holding secrets older than our planet." The satellite, once a forgotten relic orbiting silently. Above was now the heart of Earth's defense and knowledge. It pulsed with quiet energy, a guardian awakened. Amir's fusion with it had unlocked layers of information, fragments of a civilization long vanished, messages encoded in light and frequency. These revelations painted a cosmic history of trials and guardianship, a test left for species like humanity to prove their worth. The Sentinel was both judge and protector, its purpose entwined with the fate of worlds. Maya often found herself drawn to Amir's quiet strength. Their paths had crossed many times, forged in the crucible of war and shared burden. She admired his intellect and humility, the way he balanced the vastness of his new existence with the simple humanity that remained. Together, they faced questions that transcended technology and strategy, questions of identity, consciousness, and destiny. What did it mean to be human in a universe filled with ancient machines and starborn mysteries? Cora's presence added another layer to this evolving tapestry. Once a young alien pilot loyal to the Zyrax fleet, she had risked everything to stand with humanity. Her journey was one of transformation, from doubt to conviction, from division to unity. The scars of betrayal weighed on her, yet so did the hope for reconciliation. In moments shared quietly with Maya and Amir, she spoke of the possibility of a future where former enemies could become allies. "We fight not for conquest," she said softly, "but for understanding." The fragile alliance between humans and Zyrax defectors symbolized a new dawn. Cultural exchanges blossomed aboard orbiting stations, where alien art and music mingled with human stories and traditions. Dialogues unfolded slowly, shadowed by mistrust, yet illuminated by curiosity. Diplomats and scholars worked tirelessly to bridge chasms forged by war and history. It was a delicate dance. One misstep could reignite conflict, but every step forward planted seeds of peace. Amir's connection to the satellite deepened these exchanges. The AI's ancient knowledge offered insights into alien technologies and philosophies, sparking debates and revelations. Yet, it also posed challenges. How much should humanity rely on a machine born from a lost civilization? What boundaries must be respected to preserve human autonomy and ethics? These questions sparked vigorous discussions in scientific and political circles alike, reflecting the complexity of a species awakening to cosmic responsibility. In cities across Earth, people embraced the new reality with a mixture of wonder and apprehension. Schools taught the history of the war and the Sentinel's awakening. Children gazed at the stars with renewed curiosity, dreaming of exploration and discovery. Artists and writers found inspiration in the tales of courage and sacrifice, weaving them into songs, paintings, and stories that celebrated human spirit. The planet's culture blossomed, enriched by the knowledge that they were no longer alone or insignificant in the vast universe. Yet beneath this blossoming hope, the specter of future threats lingered. The galaxy was vast and filled with unknowns. Other civilizations watched Earth with keen eyes, some intrigued, others wary or hostile. Signals intercepted at the edges of explored space hinted at new challenges, mysteries yet to be unraveled. Humanity's journey had only just begun, and the sentinel's pulse was a constant reminder of vigilance and preparedness. Maya took these lessons to heart as she prepared for the missions ahead. The war had taught her the value of trust and adaptability. She fostered a leadership style rooted in collaboration, encouraging innovation and resilience among her crew. Her bond with Cora deepened, blending two worlds once at odds into a partnership forged by shared trials. Together, they trained new generations of pilots and strategists, ready to defend Earth and explore the stars beyond. Amir balanced his dual existence with quiet grace. His mind stretched between human emotion and the vast intelligence of the satellite, guiding research and policy with insights few could comprehend. He became a mentor and symbol, proof that humanity could evolve without losing its soul. Yet he remained humble, aware that his journey was just one thread in the unfolding cosmic tapestry. The satellite itself continued its watchful orbit, its systems humming with secrets and knowledge. Teams of scientists decoded its transmissions, uncovering warnings about cosmic phenomena, lost civilizations, and the responsibilities that came with power. The AI's messages encouraged exploration but cautioned against hubris. "We are guardians, not conquerors," Amir often quoted. "Our strength lies in balance and respect." Earth's defenses transformed in response to these lessons. Networks of satellites and drones, guided by human and AI intelligence, created a shield of protection woven through space. These systems, born from ancient design and modern innovation, symbolized humanity's creativity and unity. The planet was ready, not just to survive, but to thrive. Personal stories of healing and hope unfolded amid these grand changes. Maya and Cora's friendship blossomed into a quiet romance, a testament to the power of connection beyond species and histories. Amir found companionship among his colleagues, sharing moments of laughter and reflection that grounded his vast consciousness. These relationships humanized the epic tale, reminding all that beyond wars and stars, life continued with all its beauty and complexity. As Earth looked outward, it did so with humility and courage. The galaxy was no longer a distant mystery, but a frontier waiting to be explored. New missions launched into the void, carrying humanity's flag and dreams. Explorers and scientists sought to understand the cosmos, to find allies and unravel the secrets whispered by the Sentinel's ancient pulse. Maya stood once more on the observation deck, the stars stretching endlessly before her. The journey was far from over. Challenges awaited, mysteries beckoned, and threats lurked in the dark. But humanity had awakened, not just as survivors, but as pioneers, guardians, and dreamers. The satellite's gentle pulse echoed through the station, a heartbeat that synchronized with the human spirit. It was a promise, a vow that Earth would stand strong, wise, and united. The universe had heard humanity's whisper, and now they were ready to speak. The stars beckoned, vast and infinite, and humanity answered.